When the conversation about fraud boys running to Dubai first started spreading across Africa, people thought it was just the usual online noise. But as time went on, it became clear that something real was happening. From Lagos to Johannesburg, from Nairobi to Accra, from Dar es Salaam to Harare, the same pattern was unfolding. Boys involved in cybercrime, romance scams, Bitcoin theft, business email compromise, fake investment schemes, and other shady moves were booking flights to Dubai like they were relocating to a second home. The movement grew so fast that customs officers in different countries started joking that Dubai had become the new Accra Mall because every young guy with unexplained money was heading there. But the question everybody kept asking was simple. Why Dubai? Why did the place suddenly become the migration center for African fraud boys? Why not Turkey, the UK, Canada, South Africa, or even Malaysia? Why was Dubai the magic destination? And more importantly, why is Dubai now silently locking up many of these boys, including some of the biggest names and popular social media stars across Africa? The truth is deeper than what people see on the surface. Dubai didn't become the hotspot by accident. It became the magnet because fraud boys believed the country was soft, free, and quiet. They saw the beautiful skyscrapers, the tax-free lifestyle, the fast economy, the flashy luxury cars, the nightclubs, the influencer culture, and the millions of foreigners flooding in every year. In their minds, Dubai was the perfect place to hide and chop money without suspicion. You could be a young Nigerian guy from Festac with sudden money you can't explain, but once you land in Dubai and post photos inside Desert Safari wearing a kaftan, nobody questions you. You could be a Zimbabwean boy who was struggling last year but suddenly flies business class to Dubai and posts photos with a Gucci bag, and people assume your hustle has finally paid off. South African boys who are deep into credit card fraud find Dubai a sweet escape because the lifestyle blends with theirs. Kenyans who run forex scam pages love the place because many of their victims mistakenly believe they are legitimate businessmen, since Dubai is a business hub. This illusion made Dubai the international meeting spot for African underground crime networks. Nigerians, Ghanaians, South Africans, Congolese, Tanzanians, Kenyans, and even North Africans joined the race. Boys came in through visit visas, tourist visas, freelance visas, and sometimes even fake documents. Once they landed, they blended into the crowd like they had always lived there. Dubai became the finishing school, the final level, the graduate school of fraud. Boys came to learn new tricks, meet new partners, upgrade their hacking skills, and connect with international networks. But the part they didn't understand was this. Dubai is the wrong place to hide crime. The city looks soft on the outside, but underneath is one of the most advanced surveillance systems in the world. Every camera, every tower, every metro station, every taxi, every apartment entrance is monitored. Phones are monitored. Bank deposits are monitored. Crypto activity is monitored. Hotel check-ins are monitored. Everything that looks normal is silently feeding data into a security system that never sleeps. This is where the fraud boys lost the plot. They mistook silence for weakness. They thought because Dubai police don't chase people publicly like African police, it meant the country didn't care. They didn't know that Dubai doesn't rush. Dubai observes. Dubai builds cases quietly. Dubai waits for the right moment to step in. And when they knock, it's not with noise, it's with evidence that is impossible to fight. That is why Dubai has been locking up people left, right, and center without the world even knowing. African fraud networks have been collapsing quietly in the UAE because the country now works hand in hand with Interpol, Europol, the FBI, and several financial crime agencies from Europe, Asia, and America. And the arrests are not limited to regular boys. Some very popular people from across Africa have been swept up. Of course, the biggest and most famous arrest was Hush Puppy, the so-called billionaire Gucci master from Nigeria. He was living like he owned Dubai private jets, expensive cars, designer clothing from head to toe, penthouse apartments, international connections. His Instagram alone was louder than a nightclub. But Dubai police were watching him silently for months. They recorded every purchase, every transaction, every friend who visited him. When the day came, they shook the entire world with Operation Foxhound 2. His arrest exposed a global fraud network and sent shockwaves across Africa. Another major arrest was Woodbury, also Nigerian, who was known as one of the biggest boys living the Dubai luxury life. When Dubai police picked him up, they didn't only arrest him, they documented every luxurious item he bought. After his arrest, silence fell across the Nigerian fraud community in Dubai, but the boys still continued, thinking the system wouldn't target them again. Then there were the quiet arrests. Dubai has arrested multiple South African boys involved in credit card cloning schemes. Some were operating out of shared apartments in Dira, others in Marina and JLT. Dubai police tracked them using advanced card monitoring software from American companies they partnered with. They picked them up slowly, one by one. A Kenyan influencer who used to flaunt expensive holidays and designer bags was also picked up after authorities traced suspicious bank inflows connected to a forex trading scam. Her Instagram page went silent, and nobody knew what happened. Her close friends whispered that she had been deported after spending 3 months in detention. In 2023, Dubai authorities arrested a group of Tanzanian and Congolese boys who were running a fake gold export scheme. They were collecting millions from foreign investors, claiming they could supply gold from Africa. Dubai took the case seriously because the victims were Europeans and Asians. The authorities waited for transactions to accumulate, mapped the network, and swept all of them. Some were deported. Others were handed over to foreign agencies. 2 Zimbabwean boys involved in crypto pyramid schemes were also arrested after Dubai traced multiple complaints from victims in South Africa and the UK. These boys were living in lavish apartments in Jumeirah Village Circle, hosting pool parties and pretending to be crypto geniuses. But the system was already tracking them through blockchain analytics companies that work with Dubai authorities. Then there was a popular Ugandan socialite who got picked up for money laundering after flaunting sudden wealth. He was posting photos in private jets, wearing diamonds, and doing giveaways online. But the money trail didn't add up. Dubai authorities followed the funds and realized they were connected to cybercrime syndicates based in Europe. They detained him, questioned him, and deported him. Another arrest involved a well-known Nigerian musician who frequently visited Dubai and enjoyed luxury shopping sprees. He wasn't involved directly in cybercrime, but he got entangled in laundering money for some Dubai-based big boys. Dubai authorities questioned him heavily and banned him from entering the country for 5 years. A South African forex trader, famous for flaunting cars online, was also picked up. His flashy lifestyle raised red flags because Dubai authorities received complaints from investors in Europe. They linked him to a fraudulent scheme and detained him for investigations. These cases are just the ones that were whispered across Africa. The real truth is that Dubai has arrested hundreds of boys from different countries. Boys who believed they were invisible because they dressed well, lived in tall apartments, and drove cars they rented with stolen money. Dubai is no longer a playground. It is a trap wrapped in luxury. The system allows you to enjoy the soft life for a while, but behind the scenes, they are gathering evidence. You may think you're living free, but they are building a file with your name on it. And once your name enters that system, it's game over. That is why the new trend is shocking. African fraud boys are still running to Dubai in 2025, even though the place is hotter than their home countries. They don't realize that the laws have tightened. Banks in Dubai flag suspicious deposits more aggressively now. Freelance visas are harder to obtain. Crypto monitoring is stricter. Even apartment rentals require deeper verification. Dubai isn't chasing people for fun. Dubai is protecting its reputation. The country doesn't want to be seen as a hiding place for criminals. Any suspicious activity is treated as a threat to national security. That is why fraud boys from across Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa, Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, Zimbabwe, and others are learning lessons the hard way. Many of the boys who fled their home countries thinking they were running from police or security agencies don't know they were actually running into a system far more sophisticated. A system that doesn't negotiate, doesn't settle, doesn't make deals, and doesn't tolerate nonsense. Dubai will let you shine. They will let you spend. They will let you post. They will let you enjoy the sun, the malls, the yachts, the nightlife. But when they strike with evidence that even your own lawyer will fear. The truth has finally come out. Dubai is not a safe haven. It is not a hiding spot. It is not a paradise for fraud boys. It is a place that looks attractive on the surface but watches you quietly underneath. And that is why many of the boys running there from Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa, Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, and Zimbabwe will not return the same way they left. Dubai humbles you. Dubai exposes you. Dubai reminds you that crime may hide for a while, but not forever. That is the real story, and the streets already know it.